What's going on, guys? Area 51 here with a brand new Animal Simulator video. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please give that a little ringle dingle for me and drop all your comments in the section provided below. Lastly but not least, if you'd like to be notified of freshly made vids by yours truly, turn that notification bell on. Right, guys, so as you would have seen in my previous video with the flying fox exploit, it has come to my attention. Now, I've been flying around with that fox for quite some time, testing out all it can and what it cannot do and stuff like that. Now, it's brought an idea to my head. Now, I know that in the past that every one of us has pushed for flying animals, i.e. birds and so forth, and maybe some mythical creatures and whatnot and all that sort of stuff. So being that I was flying around, now with that fox, it does take a little bit of skill to create hovers and stuff like that, and you can PvP in flight mode. I've done it many a times. You can still shoot. It's just basically you're like an aeroplane and you're shooting down at people. It's great fun and stuff like that. Now, I don't understand why we actually can't get flying creatures and so forth. Because flying around as a fox with the glitch, now as fun as it might be, it is still nevertheless a glitch and not truly a flying creature of sorts. But being that I've been flying around, I haven't seen anything that's wrong with that. Now, I understand that maybe in the past people have always said, you know, oh, they won't do flying because of people, you know, who hack the game and glitch and stuff like that and so forth. Well, if creatures can fly in there, hacking wouldn't necessarily be an exploit anymore because, well, you can just be an animal that flies and so forth and so forth. But I don't understand why we can't actually, you know, have some flying animals and stuff. Oh, okay, that didn't work that time. So, as I said, you want to hear that splashy noise. So, let's turn it up and I'll show you. Yep, being a bit temperamental. Okay, so I'll turn the volume back down so you guys can hear me over all the noise. Now, I don't see how this is a bad thing. Like, how is this affecting the game? It doesn't really. It doesn't give me any unfair advantage. I can still shoot and stuff like that. Then I guess that people that don't have Fireball, maybe it might be a bit of a problem for them, but, you know, well, it's Animal Simulator's been out for long enough, and I suppose for the kids you could probably get some sort of substandard type of shooting, maybe give animals some sort of slower rate of fire, and maybe perk up the Fireball that's paid for, and give them, you know, a little bit of benefit or a bit more of an advantage. Because let's face it, when you're paying for something, I expect it to operate better. I expect it to be better than the base value and so forth and so forth. So I'm glitching really hard here, and this is the other thing that annoys me with the new updates that always come. You get these mad glitches, these huge lags. Now, I don't know why that is, but it just is. Maybe it's because I'm flying. I don't see why that would affect it too much. But you can clearly see I can still shoot, I can still attack, and so forth like that when flying. So if this, let's test it out on the dummy. So, you know, can still shoot, can still bop down and attack, and so forth and so forth. So even people that don't have Fireball, you can still dive bomb. Now, my method of attacking when you're like this is like a bird, really. You know, you gain yourself some height, keep yourself moving around, and then you just pick your target and dive bomb them. And then you're there, and then you just quickly take off, give them a couple of fireballs to the face just to say thank you very much for coming. But flying, I don't see how this is problematic. If anything, it makes the game more enjoyable because you can explore more of the map. So you can get up here and you can cruise around and have a great look at how much work and effort Ragnar has actually put into this game. I think flying would be a fantastic add to the game, and make those waters deeper. Like, let's have some underwater stuff. I've always been saying that. But being up here, it just gives it that nice feeling, a bit more freedom instead of just being stuck down here on the ground and sitting around and doing nothing. And as I stated, you can clearly see that attacking from up here is still not an issue. I can still shoot away, I can still target people from afar, I can still do whatever it is that I do on the ground, but I'm just now doing death from above, which is really fun. I just think it would be really great because we could start having some real cool creatures like the unicorns. Could get an add-on where they have some wings and actually can fly and take people for aerial trips around the map and stuff like that. Let me just jump out of this. As I said, jump gets you out of it. So could you imagine having a unicorn and stuff like that, and then having some people jump on your back and cruise them around the map in flight? Oh my god, fun. How much fun would that be? Have all these cool animals and stuff like that. Maybe a big pterodactyl and stuff like that, where you could put some cool seats on there. And another thing I would really like to see in this game is, let's make the ability to, okay, that's not working now, but let's make the ability to make ourselves even smaller and even bigger. Let's really push the boundaries of that. Let's step away from the generic Roblox sizing that they have throughout all other Roblox game, and have Animal Simulator step out into its own light, where we can make ourselves, into some fairly huge giants and stuff like that, and have ourselves like really micro small and stuff, where we're not having to jump around through special type of avatars and stuff and have no head and have no legs just to make ourselves small. I think that would be a fantastic add to the game. You've already got the accessories and stuff like that in there. Sorry, while I was having a drink. Also, and while that, Ragnar, this is your game. These are your animals. Why not add accessories for the animals and stuff like that? That would be fantastic, so we can accessorize our animals. Being, after all, this is Animal Simulator, so people would be more inclined to be more animals and less humans, by being that they can personalize their own creatures and have their own spin on it. Give all the animals a chance to be able to dress themselves up and paint themselves in new skin, maybe wear a jacket. I don't know. Sky's the limit. These are your animals, Rags. I think that would be a brilliant idea, and I don't see any harm in that. Start personalising your own animals, so that way when you come in here, like I'm at the moment being a fox a lot, because obviously it gives me the ability to fly, but if there's certain creatures in there that have flight, you could even game pass them and stuff. And things like that. But as I said, when it comes to game passes, guys, I've always been a firm believer that if you are parting with real money to put into this game that supports the creator and supports Roblox itself, however that works, I'm not sure, but if you're putting real money in there, I expect that Game Pass comes with beneficial perks. Like, I understand that the animals run a little bit faster and they look a little bit better, but I want more than that. I'm parting with real money, and I can deal with not parting with cash just because they might give me a 2% or a 5% speed boost, which is absolutely nothing, to be quite honest. It serves no purpose whatsoever in the game, and it gives me no special preferential treatment to say, hey, look at me, I've spent Robux, I got this. Now, I understand that on the flip side of that, you've got your kids and stuff that don't have access to all this Robux, but from my perspective, Animal Simulator is a very adult-dominated game anyway. It seems to be a game that a lot of adults play, but I reckon that, you spend Robux, it should look better, it should be better, and it should always be better than any of the base stuff that's out there that costs nothing. We're spending real money, it should be better. Simple as that. If people get whingy and sooky about it, well, toughen up, princess. You know, people have paid money for this, and if that's what they want to spend their money on, then by all means, that's up to them. That's their money. Don't pick on them for spending money on a game, because I can assure you can spend money on a lot of worse things out there in the world. So, look, if I want to get behind and back the creator of the game and Roblox and stuff and support their channel and support their game and support whatever they, by all means, I'm going to do that. I still do that. I buy everything that there possibly is in Animal Sim because it's my favourite Roblox game. Obviously, you guys all know that. I love Ragnar, I love the team, I love the admins, I love everything about this game. It is sensational. But that said and done, I'm not going to sit here and be all moddly-coddly about everything by saying, oh no, let's all be nice to people that don't have it. Tough. You know, that's life. Big deal. Get over it. You know, cry me a river. We're spending money, we expect the stuff to be better. And I expect it to be better. Like maybe have animals that have a special unique attack to attach to these things. You know, maybe like a dash attack or something like that. Or have a secondary fire ability. Like if I go an elemental tiger and stuff, you know, I can shoot an electricity bolt, you know, and have a secondary fire so I can go fireball electricity. It's a Game Pass animal. It should be better and it should work better. And it should be something that people will aspire to and want. And maybe give it a really, really slim chance that have another animal out there. So instead of me going in here, for example, just so I can get a bit of an idea running on it. Now I can go out and straight away buy this tiger, and for example, it would come with an electricity attack or something like that, maybe a dash attack attached to it, depending on the amount of Robux you're willing to spend. Now, that said, let's make it a little bit fair. So if people not want to spend money on it and get something that has this, have a little bit more of an animal out there that may not be as cool as the electric tiger, but also has the same abilities, but tied into being locked behind a boss, where it has only like maybe a 1% chance or a 2% chance to drop. Like, don't make it where they farm and within 100 shots they get the animal. Make them work for it, you know. It's like nothing comes for free. If people want to spend money and buy the Game Pass straight off and have cool things like that straight, cool. You know, it helps the game and it helps it make more updates become available, because obviously, let's face it, you know, if no one spends money on the game's just going to go stagnant. It'll never get worked on, because what's the point? You know, people make games to make a business, so forth. Same as me doing YouTube. You know, I want those subscribers, so at least that way, then when I do get over the 1K mark, then I can start really getting professional on my YouTube and putting a ton of content in there, because if it's going to generate me some form of lucrativeness attached to it, then by all means I'm going to work hard on that. But while it sits here in the amateur world and the noob world, where I only get, you know, maybe a couple of views here and 200 views there, and some videos may get 4K, then the videos are going to be sporadic, they're going to be random. I'm not going to put as much effort in there, because, well, what's the point? You know, it's not generating anything for me, and people don't do nothing for free. This is the world, this is life. If you've got a great idea, jump on it. You know, if you can make a ton of stuff out of it, then by all means, go for it. Let's be realistic, guys. Now, look, I'm not going to bang on about the political side of it, but I do think that some of these Game Passes that are going to come out in the future, I reckon they should have their uniqueness about them, their unique ability that's attached to them to make people want to spend money on the game. Because, like, hey, now that's cool. How did you do that? Oh, it's a Game Pass. Oh, man, I want that Game Pass. I want that. That is so awesome. Cool. You know, but they should always, and I don't care who disagrees with me, the Game Pass should always look 20,000 times better than the base stuff that's out there that comes for free. A Game Pass should never be trumped by something that is for free. By all means, make the free stuff really cool, but in their own certain way, and make them work for it. Because I tell you, you hand stuff out and, you know, they're going to get bored within 5 minutes. They'll have everything and they'll be like, okay, now what? Okay, so, you know, that's my theory. But to have really, really cool Game Passes, now that to me is something that I've always been a firm believer on. You know, I play a lot of games, I play PlayStation games, and I tell you, all the cool stuff on PlayStation is locked behind a wall of you got to buy it. You got to buy the bundle for Call of Duty or something like that. You know, if you want these cool looking rifles and stand out and people go, man, that looks really awesome, they'd be like, well, I spent money on that. It should always be there. And they come with extra damage attached to them, the way it should be. You know, that's just me personally. But I've gone right off topic here. God, I can dribble on. But that said, you know, I don't see any problem with having the ability to fly in this game whatsoever. I think that having flight as something that is, allowed in this game would be something to be greatly received by everybody. Especially with a map like this that is so big, having the ability to fly, where, let's be honest, flight's going to be a faster way to travel. We don't want to be slowed down by flight and have this We want it to cruise pretty quick, like a bird would, death from above. We want that, really open the dynamics up of this game and really be the world of Animal Simulator, where, let's face it, if you're a bird, you maybe, tweak it somehow that they are a little bit more vulnerable to attack if they get caught by a large animal. Maybe reduce your health to half or something like that. That if you go as the flight of bird and give them that detrimentalness that, yes, you can gain the ability to fly, but you are going to lose majority of your health already, and you're only going to run half health. So if you've got 1,000,000 health, you now only have 500 health. But land-based animals still have that sort of stuff, same as if you had anything. They're ideas, but I think that's something that should be looked at and should be in the game. It doesn't wreck the game. Like, let's face it, at the moment, Animal Simulator is more about, let's get in a clan, let's raid some servers, let's get in there and do PvP, let's just bash people. It gets boring. We need more stuff to do. And I believe that having the ability to fly would give us some extra stuff to do, and even maybe have some flying bosses in there that, maybe a huge blasting phoenix that would be hurling huge fireballs at a rate of speed of a machine gun, going boom, 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 and shoots out all these fireballs and stuff like that. That can really mess you up. And then has a cool special attack where he blasts all these red lightning bolts off his wings and stuff like that. But hey, if you actually beat him, then you have the chance to pull an actual phoenix to fly around. Obviously not as big as the one that's the boss, we all know the rules, but have him be fairly large at least, so you can cruise people around on your back. Let's have a phoenix in there, and his special attack would be you turn into a huge fireball yourself and be like a dash attack where you literally just become a fireball and hit people. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Open the game up to some new fresh ideas, some new fresh stuff, which would make the game a little bit more engaging and stuff like that, and then you could really, and still move that into the water-based, have your water-based bosses and stuff like that. At the moment, look, I think the map's sensational. I know a few people aren't very fan-based on it, but I think the map looks spectacular. I think Ragnar has done an amazing job with the way the map looks. I love these accessories that you can get now. Mine's just glitching out at the moment, but I love that, and it has opened up a new realm of people that love to play Animal Sim because they don't have access to Robux, but they can still come in here and build their avatars the way they like to do it, and they chill around in this game. I think that was beautiful and a master stroke from Ragnar. I think that was absolutely right on point with the accessorizing of the game and being able to build stuff. Now let's move that into the animal side of it and get some accessories for animals. Let's get some flight in there as well. The glitch for the fox, it doesn't hurt the game. I've been flying around at all, and people go, oh, that's cool, how do you do that? And show them they have a great time. It doesn't create anything cruel. It doesn't make these bad things happen. If anything, people are having more fun. I saw one server, we had all these foxes flying around. We're having an absolute blast. The only downside is with the music, we have to expand the music box's range, because when I started flying right up in the sky, I wasn't hearing the music that other people were playing because I was too far away from them. But I think maybe expand on that. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, maybe give us the ability to walk around on the moon, have that as a secret base. I don't know, that was cool. I've tried, I've gone really high, and I don't think I've actually found the limit yet, but we will get there. Anyway, guys, look, I'm punching around at 18 minutes, so I'm Area 51. I'm sorry about banging on, but I just really wanted to express that part and that component of the game, and really think that it would be a smashing idea to give us some wings and allow us to fly for real, where we don't have to stick our head in a waterfall to gain the ability to fly. Because believe me, as soon as we could fly, everyone wanted to do it, and I can assure you this would be a massive game changer for the best, in my opinion. Give us some animals that have wings and give us the ability to fly. that would be beautiful. And if you can put animation in on the wings that make them look like they're flying, and they fold back when you go into a dive and hold out when they glide, that would be even more spectacular, and it would just give you that sensation that I really have got an animal that is flying. And like I said, you can put unicorns in there. I wouldn't put the cart on the back of them because it's just going to look ridiculous, but have someone on your back and cruise around the map and stuff like that. And no, humans cannot fly. Sorry guys, I draw the line at that. We are not having flying humans. You want to fly, be an animal. That's my rule. That's what I reckon. You make humans fly, that's just going to look silly. Keep it to the realms of reality. Birds, stuff like that, mythical creatures that have wings, let them fly. Let the game passes have their fun, because if you're going to buy stuff, let them be better. Give them a special attack. We've got food, fireball, carts. We've got the room down here to put an extra attack in there. We did it with snowballs, and it was really good. Anyway, guys, I'm Area 51 giving you a huge oh yeah. And until the next video, guys, I hope you all well. Stay safe and peace out.